If you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Planting ground cherries, whether you buy them or start them, it's a really cool crop to grow that will reward you at the end of the season. Sponsored by
migardener.com, with over 450 varieties of non-GMO, heirloom, organic flowers, vegetables, and herb seeds, all for 99 cents. migardener.com.
So we're going to plant ground cherries. Now, a ground cherry is related to the tomato. It will produce, if you don't support it, it will get to a certain height, and it will produce and you can start to see it on these that we've purchased from Blue Mel's Landscape and Garden Center. It'll create a husk, and then the berry will form in there, similar to what a tomatillo is. But the difference between these and tomatillos are, based on the variety, it can take 65 to 90 days to reach maturity. And then that husk will dry and the fruit will drop. It's about large marble size, and it can be a couple of different colors. People will say it's kind of a yellowish, whitish, orange color. People say it has a vanilla pineapple flavor, and you can use this for jams and jellies and canning and eating and all types of things. So we've got two of these. These are tomato ground cherries, and then we've got our own ground cherries that we started from seeds, so we'll see which does better. Now, I've got these already planted. I've done the two varieties that we started on either end here. Now, what I found in the preparation of this bed is, this bed's 3 foot by 10 foot, and I've got them spaced. They say ground cherries, you space them every 3 feet. I just can't give up that much real estate. So what I've done is, I've done one here, so that's about 16 inches. And then in the center here, I've got one, and then on the end over here, I've got one. So I've crammed them in extremely tight because I want to maximize my space. But also I have found right here, next to where I'm going to plant that one, I've got some type of squash that has come up. And there's the seed, so that doesn't tell me anything. That could be pumpkin, spaghetti, but it can be anything. So I've got a cluster there. In the adjacent bed, the cabbage, I have two that have come up here. Now, memory serves me right, this was tomatoes in a Florida weave, 3 rows, 21 tomatoes, and there was a volunteer spaghetti squash that had came up in that bed. I'm kind of thinking maybe that's what these are. We'll have to see. I'm not going to destroy them. I'm just going to let them do their own thing. But when it comes back to the ground cherries, I've dug the hole, loosen the soil up, and I'm going to add some tomato grow. Now, this is designed for tomatoes from Purple Cow, but since ground cherries are like tomatoes, I'm just going ahead and follow the recommended rates. Ground cherries can be planted deep, just like tomatoes, if they're in the smaller state. Now, with something of this nature, I can't really plant it deep. I'm just going to have to plant it like it's in the container. But when I pull out one of these here, I'll loosen the soil. And let's see if I can get one here. There we go. So I got a small amount of roots there. I'm going to plant it, everything below my fingers I'm going to plant. And those will bear roots. So dig my fingers down in there, make a hole, backfill around, add some more of the tomato grow, mulch around, and we'll water. And that's how easy it is to plant those. I will save these in case some of these do not take, and I've got room for them in another bed. I'll add some of that tomato grow just to keep them happy. Now with the bigger one here, a little easier to plant. We've got more material to work with. I'm going to maneuver around the squash here. These can be grown in partial shade, 4-6 hours, preferably leaning more towards the 6-hour. If you can do full sun, that's best too, but we have partial shade, so that's what we're working with. Okay, so we remove it out of the container here. These are getting to the point of root bound. Now, when you have a situation of a plant in this manner, where you have the roots that are wrapped around, you want to what is called tease the roots. You're going to tear some of them, but essentially what you're wanting to do is disrupt their rotation of growth and then you can plant it. See how I squeezed it and I've loosened it up? Now those roots are going to explore rather than have that continuous wrap around. So I'm going to put some tomato grow in the bottom of this hole. Mix it up. I'm going to plant that at ground level. Backfill. And add some more tomato grow. And then mulch. And that is how easy it is to plant ground cherries. If it's not something you have done before, based on your area, maybe you can start your seeds and get them to grow based on the time in which you need to before your first frost, or maybe your garden center still has them available for you to purchase.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.